So we're starting laying down here on your roller. Elbow into head. And on the way down, you can work your spine down here using the core. And just be sure that you are centered on top of it. Feet about 4 to 5 inches apart and slightly in front of your knees. And then you'll open the arms out to the side. Back of the hands resting on the ground to feel it opening across your chest. And slowly tip your body to one side of the roller and then to the other. Try to feel the curves of your body wrap around the curves of the roller. So you're going from the armpits to the hip down to the ground on one side, get the massage into the opposite line of muscle along the spine, and then back and forth. Now you should really keep the back of the hands grounded. You can feel the pull, the stretch in your chest muscles and across the top of the shoulder. And hopefully you're enjoying that massage here between the scapula and over your sacrum and the SI joints. And then when you're even, come back to center and just spread your feet into the ground. Let your body relax around the curve of the roller. And we start on the inhale, lifting the arms up. Inhale, embrace the air over the chest, shoulders heavy. We drop towards the floor. Exhale, pull the arms open slowly. The arms descend. Resisting gravity, go down with control. And inhale to lift. Arms rise. Hug the air above you. And then exhale, pull the arms open. Take your time, pull the space apart between your fingertips. And we lift, arms curve like a ballerina's here. Embrace the air above you. And then on the way down, embrace the roller beneath you. Feel the whole body expand with the breath on the inhalation. The ribs expand, even the belly lifts. And then exhale. As the air leaves your lungs, you can feel the navel sinking down and in towards your spine. Feel the love work through the abdominal line. And one more time, hug the air above you. And then exhale, picture the air leaving your lungs, out through your mouth, pushing the arms aside and letting them drift down to the ground. Now here we lift the arms straight up to the ceiling, point the fingers to the sky, and exhale, settle the blades. So as you inhale, you lift the hands up like you're trying to pierce the ceiling with your fingertips. Shoulders rise, and then exhale, pull the shoulder blades down. Now on the inhale, you shrug the shoulders up, the collarbones smile up at their edges, and then exhale as you lower the blades, the collarbones broaden, move sideways to open the chest. We lift again, nice and steady here through your feet. Picturing your feet spreading here and sinking deep into sand. Arms rise again, you shrug the shoulders, come away from the roller, and then exhale, melt the blades down around the roller. One more time like this. This will help release your neck muscles and your upper back muscles. At the end of that, exhale, turn the palms forward while you inhale, and then exhale, lengthen the arms down at your side. Reach long to pull the shoulders away from the ears, that lengthens your neck. Inhale, the arms lift to 90 degrees, and as you exhale, the arms reach back behind you. The ribs are still grounded here. Feel the work in your abdominals. And then inhale, bring the arms up, and then exhale all the way forward and down. You breathe in completely to where the arms are at 90 degrees, and you immediately start exhaling as the arms swing back. And then rising again with the arms, they're unison, they're parallel, and they touch the mat simultaneously as you lower them to the ground. And again, lifting here, the blades fall a little closer to the floor as the arms lift, and then the blades slide towards your hips as the arms go behind you. Bring the arms forward again, and exhale all the way down. Really spread your fingers open the palms, and we do one more. Arms rise, and continue back by the ears as you exhale completely, fully. And then reversing the directions, arms lift, and then exhale all the way down to leave the hands there. Now bring your hands to your shoulders and pull your elbow points in by your waist. We circle the elbows up, wide, around, and down. Drawing circles in the air at the side of your body with every breath. You're drawing one perfect circle. So if you feel restricted at all in either of the shoulders, just go slowly, maybe make the circle a little bit smaller, and match the size tempo of the other arm to the one that feels a little more restricted. And if they don't feel restricted, just still keep them working as mirror images here in unison. Trying to find balance in the body, and this is one place you can work on that. One more short inhale, long exhale to complete the circle down at the side of your waist. And then we reverse, going down, wide, up, and forward and around. It's still a deep inhale and a longer, slower exhale. Bring the navel down and inhale, push the air out of the lungs. It doesn't sound like it's a natural connection, but what happens is as you exhale completely, usually you think of the navel sinking down. You're actually getting the abdominal wall together that pushes the organs back up to assist the lift of the diaphragm. It helps assist the lift of the air coming out of the very bottom of your lungs and out through your lips. We'll do one more circle here. And then you can extend the arms forward, turn the palms down at the end of the arm lengthening, and we inhale, lift the arms up and all the way back by your ears, and circle wide around and forward. The arms slice in the air, then turn the palms down, arms lift. Reach behind you without an additional arch in your back. Circle around, forward and through. And then do this again. Go up and back. Circle wide around, open up the palms, lengthen through the fingertips. One last one in this direction. Reach up, push back. Circle wide, spread the palm open, really feel it stretch. And now reverse. So palms up as you circle back. You lift the arms off the ground as they go past under the shoulders. You exhale and propel them forward and down at your side. And again, you want your body open here. Sweep the arms behind you and then exhale, lift them. Tracing those two parallel rainbows at the side of your body. Two more with this. Deep full inhale and then a long, slow exhale. And one last one. The length of your breath really determines the speed of your movement. And then rest your arms to the side. Just rock a little bit from one side to the other. And then you can slide on off. And we had a couple requests for hip opening here in the class. That's usually a popular thing, so we're doing that next. So we can bring the roller across under your legs, bridge up, lifting your hips in the air, and take the roller across your sacrum. You hold the roller in position with your arms, and then let's pull one knee in as you inhale, the second one in as you exhale. Legs zipper together with the unileg. Pull the roller slightly towards your ribcage, and then we let the knees sway to the right as you turn your head left. Shoulder blade stays down on the ground. Exhale, roll across the glutes, across the sacrum. Inhale to the left, look right. With a diagonal twist here through your spine, through your abs, through your lower back. Exhale, and press into the roller to come back to center. Inhale to let the knees fall and get to the right as you look away. You want to get better rotation of the low back and also through the neck. Exhale, come back to center here. And then gliding the knees over, look away, the chest is broad. The shoulder blades sink into the floor even as you twist it away from the right foot here. And pull it back to center. One more time. Do that massage across the glutes, across that lowest part of the sacrum and back to center. And then one more time, over to the left while you look away. Exhale, coming back. And now here, lift the legs up to the ceiling, extend them, stretch the back of the legs. Now bring the right leg back towards your shoulder and the left leg forward out into space. This is your scissors. You'll inhale to switch the legs. And exhale to switch again. So they both start moving at the same time, just in opposite directions. And with any lunge, you're going to feel both the stretch in the back of the leg and the hamstring, and also a stretch across the top of the hip for the lower leg. So you just breathe here, inhale for one movement, exhale for the next. And it's really common for the legs to drift out sideways. Be sure you're working through the inner thighs. So the legs work in parallel, but stay 4 to 5 inches apart no matter where they are in space. Their paths are parallel. Now here we'll lift both legs up to the sky. And actually rotate heels together, toes apart. The rotation happens from your thighs, from your femurs. So we'll pull the legs apart on the inhale. And then exhale, pull the legs together from the upper inner thighs, from the pelvic diamond, close the heels. And again, pull the legs open from the outer upper thighs. And exhale again. Try not to think about working through your feet, but letting the feet be moved by the movement of the upper leg. That's a definite choice, and it's a choice we often use in Pilates to work closer into its center, closer into our core. Reach again. First, you are still reaching long for your legs, long for your feet. And exhale, pull this up. And now alternating the legs. So left leg stays vertical, right leg goes out to the side. Go down, draw that half arm down as far as you can without lifting the left hip, and then exhale, pull it up. You'll find it's more challenging if you don't just drop the leg and bounce up again, but move slowly, resisting gravity. And then really pull into your core, press down for the arms, lift the leg from the upper inner thigh, and here we go for the right again. Pull the left leg rounded, using some core work, some oblique abdominals, help support it, and then exhale, lift. Take your time, there is no rush. And then your right leg vertical, left leg moves sideways, draws the arm across the ceiling, down the wall, and then we pull it up, retracing the path. At the top, let's go into parallel legs, and bend your left knee, placing the left foot in front of the roller. The right leg reaches back here, stretching. And then you press the leg forward, slide it across the sky, down the wall to the ground. You lengthen, then you exhale, pull the belly deep, and lift the leg up. Feel that arc in the air, feel the stretch at the back of your leg. And again, reaching forward. Inhale all the way down. Push the foot away, feel that leg on the right side of your body, and exhale, scoop the belly deep and lift the leg here. Come back far enough to make it interesting, and then do one more. All the way down the inhale. Inhale, tap the ground. If you need to bend the knee, you do that. And then exhale, press of the arms, pull the belly deep, lift the leg. And then we'll bend that knee down and pull the left one in. And extend the left leg up to the sky. And reach again, forward on the inhale. See how far you can stretch the leg across the room. So the openness across the top of the leg and the hip bone area here. And then exhale, pull the leg up. Lift it, reach it to the ceiling. Once you come back, as far over your face as possible, and then press forward and down. Hold the right leg steady by putting some weight into the inside edge of your right foot. Exhale to scoop the left leg up with the breath. And of course, the work happens deep in your psoas. Push the leg long. See if you can find a further arc, a further reach. With every repetition you're drawing here. And exhale to lift. You want the exhale to protect the back against the weight of the leg moving. One more like this. Hold the inside line of each leg as if the two legs are sliding along a glass brick wall here between them. And we pull the leg up on the exhalation. And then fold that knee into your chest. Bring both knees in. Bicycle. We'll take the right leg up and back, and then reach it forward and down. Touch the mat, slide the foot in as the other one is extended forward. Reach out long and stretch away. Good. You're just breathing here and inhale and exhale. For each circle that you're drawing in space, those feet. We'll do one more. And then when you're ready, reverse. Slide the foot forward, just scuff it off the floor. You reach out long with the other leg because that one pulls in. Try to find the biggest range you can without over pointing the foot, right? We don't want the feet to crack. Toes are still soft. Space between the toes. Imagine a nice cool breeze or a warm breeze sliding through the space between the toes here. And then we'll end with legs up in the air. Bend your knees and exhale, lower the feet to the ground in front of the roller. Knees and feet apart about 4 inches. And now slide the right leg forward and then the right arm back. Bend the knee if you need to. Lengthen it if you don't. You feel that stretch hopefully across the area right here by the hip bone press. If it's too much for your back, probably you need to either adjust the position of the roller or bend the knees. A lot of times we just say to take the roller the widest part of your hips. Somehow we all know where that is. And then you can slide the right foot back and bring the right arm back to the roller. Adjust the roller if you need to or want to. And then extend the left leg forward. And then the left arm also goes back. Keep the maximum stretch here to the left front of your body. Just breathe in slowly, completely, and exhale the same. Keep into the back of your body, sinking to the ground, like falling into gravity, dropping deep into the earth. You get more stretch, more openness across the front. And one more breath here. A slow, deep exhale. And then you can slide both legs forward, both arms back, but only if that feels good in your body. Right, if your back is arching too much, either bring the arms back or bend the knees or some combination of the two. Or you can even go back to just one leg at a time. Open this up with your breath. And then let's slide the feet back in. Put your hands to the roller. Push down with your feet and your arms. Lift the hips up at a bridge. And then you roll the roller forward towards your heels. And then push it up to the side. All right. So hopefully now, when you extend the legs, you'll feel a lot more release and relaxation in your hip area. So from here, we're moving into the mat work. So let's pull your left knee into your chest. Hug it in, extend the right leg up to the ceiling, go forward and up, push the legs away to come up to sitting near the end of your mat. You'll turn up. Right. So here we roll back 400. So you sit upright, perch on your sits bones, a little indentation here at your waist. Look down and curl the tail up, rounding your low back, and then you curl the tail up through your knees. Work your spine down here. The hands can slide down the legs or reach free. You want to end up in your upright curl, right by the tip of the shoulder blades. Then pull the knees in, extend the arms forward, start pumping the arms. The legs can also extend up. Of course, you can keep them grounded. You want that high lift of the head up towards the ceiling, the gaze tilted down towards the belly. And an easy swing of the arms here. Remember the collarbones are moving the arms, they touch in right at either side of your sternum. So try to think of the work starting here for that movement of your arms. And if you actually take your hands here to the outer edges of your upper sternum, you'll feel that movement here of the collarbones Rolling to lift the arms, rolling to lower the arms. Press the legs together, focus up. And we'll just go for one more breath. And then you can lay yourself back, hold the knees into your chest, embrace the knees into your body. And then here with one hand on each knee, just circle the knees away from each other and towards each other. Stirring the legs on the hip socket. Complete this one and reverse. And then from here, we'll slide the legs forward. If you're going to use a TheraBand for the roll-up, you can grab it now. And it would go around your feet. Similarly, if you find it's better for you to use an ankle weight on your ankles, place them on there now. And then we'll lift the arms up to the ceiling, unless you're holding the TheraBand, your arms will be down lower. You can start to lift the arms, lift the head, neck, and chest. Exhale to pick up the ribs and drive over your legs. Coming forward, looking down into the belly, head reaches out towards the toes. And then start to roll back here. Tail curls up. You imprint your lower back down 1 inch from vertebra at a time. Come all the way down. And then stretch your body, lengthen it along the mat. And then coming up again. Lift your head, neck, chest. Exhale, pull the ribs up. If you're using the band, pull back with the arms. Flexing the feet here. And then you're gliding forward. And then start to go in the opposite direction. The pelvis rotates around the back of your legs. Curve your way into the ground. Try to sink down every inch of the spine. Press this in turn along the midline of your mat, and you on your body open to the side. And lift again, coming up. Exhale, wait before you need it. If you wait till you need it, it's too late. It's not going to help you that much. Pull your waist back as you drive forward and pull the hip forward out towards the space between your thumbs. And then bringing it back. Take your time. Keep lifting the tail until you get the ribs down, and then you can slide the tail into the mat. To elongate the spine into its natural curves. We'll do one last one. Pull up, exhale, and rise. We're ideally using both sides of the body equally here, both on the way forward and on the way back. And then we'll bring it on down. Push the legs away from you. Control the movement of your spine with your abdominal wall. Put down vertebra by vertebra sequentially. And then we're going to take the TheraBand onto your right foot. And lift that leg up to the ceiling. Anchor the elbows down and slide them towards your waist to again keep the neck elongated. And when you lift the leg, try to bring it vertically. If you need to bend your knee, do that. But feel the stretch in the hamstring. And then we'll just do a couple of point and flexes through the feet, heel ball toe, and then toe ball heel. When you lift the heel up, try to think of dropping the weight of the leg into the socket. Feel the sits bone reach to the ground. Now soft point, and we circle the leg across the body, keeping the right hip down as the right leg is left, and then rotate externally, push that right leg out while holding the left side grounded here. Short inhale as the leg across the center, and exhale all the way out, around, down, over to the side, and then up to the ceiling. The exhale ends at the top of the movement. And you reach here. So as much as you're lengthening the leg, stretching it and moving it out into space, you're also thinking of keeping the whole torso grounded and steady here on the mat, like you're bolted into the floor. If you gorilla glued yourself to the mat surface. We're gonna come to the top and do one last circle here. Really enjoy the stretch across the hip as the leg crosses, and the inner thigh stretch as the leg moves out to the side. Lift to the top. Feel that stretch in the hamstring and reverse. Inhale away from center. Exhale all the way around and pull it to the sky. Short, deep inhale, longer exhale. Now, the longer the exhale is, the more you're going to feel the knitting together of the low abdominal muscle, your transversus, We want that. That's going to help strengthen your core, protect your back. And reach, keep reaching. You're pushing the band into more length with every successive repetition of this action. Shoulder blades are sinking into the floor beneath you, so the ribs can also float down into the ground. One final circle. Breathe through it. That short inhale, that long, deep exhale. You feel the inner contraction like an inner corset here at the top of the movement. And now we'll take both ends of the band in the right hand. Rotate the leg externally, left hip is rounded, and take the right leg out to the right to rock it here a little bit towards your shoulder and away. Even if legs on the diagonal, you're thinking of the movement going along the floor, parallel to the body. And then we pull the leg up, work from the inner thigh here, and then we switch hands at the top. As you bring that right foot across the body, look out over your right extended arm and stretch your foot into the strap. The elbow helps support the weight of the leg, and you'll rotate the whole leg from the femur internally. Keep that right shoulder blade grounded and pull the right foot closer to your left shoulder. Bend the knee if you need to. You don't want to strain the back of the knee, you do want to feel the stretch. Now exhale, unwind from the left shoulder to the waist to the right glute. The leg lifts up, give it a little tug back. And then hold that knee into your chest, bend to the side, hug the knee into your body, embrace it, and then slide it forward, stretch it out and shake it out. And let both legs relax. So you can enjoy the difference that you created right to left. Longer, closer to the ground. Probably more externally rotated, more energized. And now we bend the left foot. So we lift the leg up, you stretch the right leg through out straight in front of the hip joint. Pull the elbows down by the waist so the neck is elongated. And then you pull the leg up, get a little hamstring stretch, bend the knee as necessary. And then inhale to point and flex the foot, heel ball toe, and toe ball heel. We're working the articulation of the foot to release all those joints, work all those muscles. They're very important even though they're small. And then some point, and we circle it across the body. Inhale, reach, and exhale, go forward and down, out to the side. Continue the exhale all the way to the top. And press again. You go further and further with the foot with every circle that you draw here in space. Pushing the opposite hip down from the direction of your leg. Stretch it again, keep reaching out. The upper arms are stable on the mat. The lower arms, the forearms, and the hands sort of go in line with the leg, in line with the TheraBand. We'll complete one more circle in this direction. Right side is super grounded. Press it into the floor as the leg goes left. And now here we go. Leg goes left again, reversing the circle's direction. Out, around, over, and lift it up. And stretch it here into your band with support from the arms. Upper arms pressing into the mat beneath you. Remember, you're rotating the leg on the hip socket for the most congruent fit on the joint. So as the leg goes out to the side, it externally rotates. It's more neutral at the bottom. Internally rotate as it crosses over, neutral at the top. One final circle. And a bit depends on the timing of the rotation here of the leg to get the best fit, so it feels very smooth, like you've oiled your joint here. So here we go. Left leg is up, elbow down, the left hand holds the band, and we bring it out to the side, holding the right hip grounded, right rib cage steady, and we rock the left leg here. And then exhale to pull the leg up to the ceiling. Switch hands on the band. Foot across the body as you extend your left arm, look out over the fingers and push them away from your chest. We're looking for a little bit of a pec stretch here and a big twist of the waist. Rotate the leg internally after doing all those other things. Breathe into the stretch as you feel. Soften out of them if they're too much, of course. And then we pull the hip down to lift the leg up. And give it a little tug, an extra stretch at the top of the movement. And you can fold the knee in, embrace the leg in, get to the side. Hold it tight. And then go ahead and extend the leg forward. Shake out both legs. And then let them just fall into a position of ease and release. And I'm sure that now your hips are feeling so much better than when you started class. Yes? Good. All right, so let's pull the right knee in and lift the left foot up to the sky. And we're rolling forward and up. Rolling like a ball is next to the series. So sit near the front of your mat. Contraindicated, this exercise is not recommended for people with osteoporosis or if you're pregnant either. So edges of the feet together, knees the width of the armpits, elbows wide. You round your back and we lift the tail a little to your shoulder blades, head off the ground, exhale, come up to balance point. And then rock back here. So it takes a while to figure out like how much energy you need to go back without slamming your head into the floor, which obviously is not a good thing. But then also come forward to your balance. So you roll and you come back. Pulling the elbows high and wide and forward will help you round the upper back so the rolling is smoother. And definitely use your breath. Inhale just at the tip of the blades, then you exhale. So already exhaling when you have changed direction to pull you forward to lift. Good. All right, so next we're going into the ab series. So right hand to the right ankle, left hand to the right shin, right below the knee. Pull the right leg in, reach the left leg up, and then you're gonna push the legs away from you. Push up into the right leg, out with the left leg as you roll back slowly to your upper curl, and then pull that right knee tight. Inhale, let's switch the legs. Outside hand to the ankle always, and switch again. So inhale for one leg, and an exhale for the other. You want the head to be high. The legs only at a height where you can maintain your upper curl. Do one more set. Trying to get the push up through the shin as well as the press down through your hands. Now double leg stretch. One hand to each shin, legs zippered together. Inhale, arms and legs lift to the sky. Circle wide with the arms, embrace the legs in, and then pull them tight. Your gaze is down your nose at your belly as you stretch away from center, reach long, and then pull it all back. Just be careful you don't take the arms back so far that you fall out of your upper curl. Pull it on in. Two more here. You can always modify as you need to. Take a rest, or maybe just hold the head up or place a ball under it. And then go ahead and lower your hip down, lower your feet. We're going to open the feet with bent knees to the outside edges of the mat. Extend the arms out in the T and then rock your knees to the right. Look away, and then your knees to the left and look away. Turning the head here to get the spiral in your neck. And back to center. Pull the feet back to center here. And you pull the knees in, hands to the back of your legs. Pull yourself up with your abs and your arms to your upper curl. Scissors, right leg is up, left leg is forward, hands high on the right ankle. Look down, not up at the leg, and inhale, switch. And exhale, switch again. Check that the legs are drifting sideways. Keep them coming straight forward out of the hip socket. And reach up as high on the leg as you can. When you pull the leg towards you, enjoy the hamstring stretch. Bend the knee as you need to there to keep it safe. Do one more set. And with the left leg in the air, hands behind the head and lift the feet up. Elbows forward and pointing down to help you increase your upper ab curl. You press the legs forward. And then exhale, scoop the belly deep and lift the legs here. Working those deep psoas muscles to pull the legs high. The psoas muscles also pay out to lower the legs. Stretch to the center of each foot, squeeze the legs together, and exhale, bring them up. Inhale. It's not about how far they go, it's about the amount of work you feel in your core while still protecting the low back. We'll do 2 more. Going slowly is going to take more work than rushing through this. It also will keep you safer because you have time to think about where you are, get the feedback from your body, and make intelligent choices about your range of motion. Pull that arm up, and now we twist to the right, and then twist to the left. Rocking across the tip of the blades, pulling yourself forward and up with the chest and the armpit reaching to the inner thigh. The legs still move straight in and out from the hip joint. Keeping the hips grounded so that you're not tipping the legs out in crazy directions. We're going to end with a twist to the left here. Come back to center and high down. Ooh, we're always happy when we get to the end of that. So stretch the legs forward, even though it feels amazing in the abs, right? And you can stretch the arms behind you. Take a deep breath in and out here. And then we're coming up to sitting for spine stretch. So bring the legs together, lift the arms, lift the head, neck, and chest. As you come up, open the legs, and start here with the arms parallel to the ground. If you need to elevate your hips on a block or 2 blocks, do that. So we lightly press down through the arms, lift up through the halo and the heart, and then look down your nose, tipping the chin, and then moving the head and the neck, then the upper back, the mid back, and the low back. So suck the waist back as you're rounding forward with the head. The spine flows into a C curve, and then you press down with your legs, sink the tail, and then stack the spine bottom to top. As you lift the chest, the blades naturally fall towards the spine and towards the tail. And going over again. Exhale all the way out, over and down. Like you're rounding your body over a large beach ball here. So you take the curve of your spine, the waist pulls back, the tail rises here, and the head reaches down, goes in towards your navel, in towards your tail. And then press the floor down, swing the tail straight down into the center of the earth. Come all the way up so that you're perched on your sit bones as you rise. It's good. And then look down and round over again. And neck, upper back, mid back. Be really specific about where you're articulating. And then here, just leave the hands down, pull your waist back, feel that stretch. And then we'll stack the spine as we pull the legs in for open leg balance and rock. We come off the blocks if you're sitting on something. So here, either hands behind the thighs easier, arms between the legs, and onto the top of the ankles were difficult. And then curl the tail up, upper arm curl, look down at your navel, and then the right leg extends up. Stretch it here, and then exhale, pull it back down, edges of the feet together, and now the left leg extends, reach. And exhale, pull it down. Right leg lifts here. Exhale and down, and now for the left. Close the feet together. Now both legs going up and then pulling back. We'll do one more full stretch. Reach up and exhale home. And now take the legs up and you'll hold them there. Wrap your hands more to the outside of the legs, outside of the calves. Look into your core. Now curl the tail up to shift your weight. Roll your shoulder blades, head off the floor. Exhale, come up. Find your balance. I know, it's hard. Do you have enough padding under your back?
I'm working on it.
You're working on it. This is definitely something that progresses. Yes. So maybe try your hands behind your thighs, like a little closer to center, and that way the knees can bend if you need them to. We'll try that too. So roll back. Exhale forward. See, that's better. Good. Just do one more wherever you are. And then here, pull the legs together, bend your knees, place your feet to the ground. And we're going to roll our spines down onto the floor. Go all the way down, grab your fair band for your corkscrew. So both feet in the band. Lift the legs up to the ceiling. And anchor your elbows here at your side, elbows slide forward. Begin to pull the shoulders away from the ears. Now self-point with your feet. And we circle the legs first to your right, forward and around. Smallish circle, the size maybe a cantaloupe, a small watermelon. Go to the left, exhale around. The goal here is to get a nice little massage around the edges of your sacrum, into the SI joints, but basically hold the pelvis steady. So you're pushing down into the right hip as the legs go left, and down into the left hip as the legs go right. Just a couple more. Every circle is one breath, a short inhale, a longer exhale. And one more going from left to right. Feel the sensation of the weight shift in your back on the mat. All right, good. So now we pull the legs in, the band off to the side, and we roll forward and up for soft. Lift your head, round up, and extend the legs wide. Again, elevate your hips if that's helpful for you. It is helpful if your back is tight or your hamstrings are tight. And it's worth doing because you'll get more mobility and start opening up where you're tight. So we reach the arms out and forward, press the arms slightly down with the heart and halo. And now rotate to the right and dive. Back the left hand to the outside of the leg, slide down forward, pull the arms away from each other. Come upright, stack your spine, and then spin in the other direction. Reach along here. Good, that's great. And then pull yourself upright. Come center like so, and then to the other side. Dive and reach. Up, center, and again. Anchor down through the opposite sits bone. Pull yourself up, center, and one more time. One more set. First over to the right, left hip grounded. Pull yourself up, unwind, spin left. Head reaches out. Keep spiraling, look up and back towards your back hand. Pull yourself here. Even if you can't see it, you're seeking it, right? And then the arms descend. And we're going to flip over into the roll with this one. So here we extend the arms on top of the roller, halfway between elbow and wrist. Ears split between the arms, your head is floating off the mat. So first, pull the collarbones wide. Use your legs to pull the shoulders down your back. Your gaze comes up. Your heart rises. You feel the stretch in the abdominal wall. And then lay your belly into the ground from the bottom to the top. Lower yourself down, ears again between the arms. So the head propels forward, the chest moves forward, the collarbones widen, and the blades knit together and aim for your tail. Really press with the arms to get some lift and stretch in the abs. And then down you go here. Curve your way down, the back lengthens here. And one more time. Tops of the feet press into the ground as you lift. Eyes up to the very last moment when you have to look down on the floor. And then we'll push the roller aside and just prop yourself up on your forearms for single leg kick. So you pull down with the fist, back with the elbows forward and up with the chest. And kick the right heel in, pulse 1 and 2 and down. Now the left, pulse 1, 2 and down. Now the right. So this little kick gives you a stretch in your quad. And as long as you keep pressing the front of the pelvis into the ground, it will also help you open up your hips a little bit more. Don't collapse your chest, don't fall into the ground. You keep pushing back and down with the arms. So you feel that lift and expansion across the chest and the length in your abs. You should feel like the skin is stretching now. That kind of also means that your heart is like pulling forward and up. And then we lower down, turn to the right, left cheek on the mat, overlap your hands on the back at the rib cage, and drop the elbows. So you breathe in completely to lengthen, Exhale, 3 beats with both legs. Pulse 1, 2, 3. Legs in parallel. Take your feet to the ground. Come up, lifting the chest into cobra, into swan. You can interlock your thumbs, and the fingers are reaching behind you. Come down and look to your left. Elbows fall. And again, take 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Feet are pressing into the floor. You reach the arms back. If you can't intertwine your thumbs and keep straight wrists, just have the palms up or turned in. Try to look up to lift your chest a little higher, and then come down, look to the right. We pulse that out again here. Down you go to rise. And then turn to the left. 3 beats again. Now when the arms are back, try to pull the upper arms around the back of the ribs to close them within the front rib cage. That's all part of extension. And then we're coming down and press your hands in front of your shoulders, push down and lift into child's pose. You hang your head low, you breathe into your back. Of course, you would never do this if it bothers your knees. You would lay on your back and just pull the knees into your chest that way. Okay, then we step the spine bottom to top. And we'll lay onto our backs here for bridge. So you can work your spine down here, take your time floating into the ground. If hamstrings are tight, it's helpful to use a ball between your inner thighs so that you don't overwork the hamstrings. Actually, that's probably more if they're weak, right? Or if you just have trouble accessing them. Because if they fire too fast, too hard, they'll cramp. So then by having the ball between the inner thighs, will take that pressure off the back line of your legs. In any case, your feet spread into the ground. We begin with the pelvic tuck. Curve the tail up and push the shins forward, push the knees forward, pull the tail forward, and so you go up into a plank. From there, press down to the top of the shoulders, roll slightly to the outer arm, pick up your heart, and then pick up your hips even higher. You're still putting weight into the inner edges of your feet, though, so your knees don't splay. And then we roll to the inner arms. You curve the back down between the moving scapula. And then you work your spine down, snake your body down from the top to the bottom here. Release the tail at the end of the movement. And then we start with the pelvic tuck, rolling across the back, massaging it out, and then lifting here. Press down, remember, find the outer edge of the arm and the top of the shoulder blade, top of the shoulder into the mat. And then curve your way down here. Bend your spine. Come all the way to the floor. And we're lifting one more time. Tip the tail up first, then drive the tail underneath forward, out, over the toes. You're going to really activate the back line of your body by pushing down through the length of your arms, the top of your shoulders, and your feet. Inner edge of the legs again, find it. Keep that connected. And then roll to the inner arms. You feel the blades move sideways, so you can bend through your rib cage. If you don't do that, if you don't move the shoulder blades, you end up skipping the movement through the upper part of your spine. No one needs that. We need the movement. Okay, and then let's pull your left leg in, extend the right leg up, and come forward and up for spine twist. Sit upright here, extend the arms out and slightly forward under collarbones. Perch up on a yoga block if you need it, and rotate to the right and pulse 1, 2, 3. Lift to center and then to the left. Bring out your breath. Twist your waist. Try to keep your feet flexed and together as if they were up against the wall. And just sit upright. If you need to slightly bend your knees, of course, do that. Then you want to be sure that your spine has its natural curves in it while you're rotating. But you can feel it if you slump, right? And then try to twist. It feels terrible in your back, so I don't recommend it. So you want to lift up, perch on your sit bones. Those 2 little bones there. That's how you actually figure out if you're vertical or not. right? If you're behind them, you're in flexion. If you're in front of them, you're in too much extension. If you're right on top of them, you're in a neutral spot. So, okay, we don't have much more time, but let's for sure do some side kicks. So let's lay onto your side here. And you can prop yourself up, hand by the ear, legs forward and stacked, maybe 30 degrees from the angle of your spine. And so easier to take your hand in front of you, much more difficult to take your hands behind your head and pull the neck long. In either case, you're going to stay balanced here on your side seam. Pick up your top leg, hip height, flexing both feet. Inhale, the top leg swings forward without your leaning back. Pulse 1, 2. Point the foot and push the leg back without leaning forward. You're pressing the bottom leg into the mat. Flex to go forward, double beat. Point to go back, double pulse. Maybe pull your bottom elbow into the floor towards your armpit to activate that bottom line. Press back. You're going to feel that stretch in the belly, the openness of the hip. And let's bring the leg back to center, lower it down. We're rotating externally, point the foot to lift the leg up, flex the foot to push it down. Heel to heel, point, drag the legs apart. Exhale, flex and reach out. Your gaze is forward. You don't want to look at your foot. Maybe you can look at it for the first rep, but no more. Now flex to rise, point to stretch it away. So we change the position of the foot here. Flex, lift, point, lengthen it out and down. One more like that. Flex to lift it up, point to stretch it away into devil head. So you bend the knee up, you're holding the external rotation. Knee towards the armpit, foot lifts, flex, and reach out, heel to heel. Drag it in, lift the knee, extend the leg, flex and push and stretch down. Let's do one more like this. Flex all the way down, tap and reverse. Go up, point the foot, bend the knee, slide the foot down, you skate down your bottom leg, you flex at the end, and you lift, point bend. Here it's really common for the top hip to fall back while you're trying to keep the leg vertical. The focus should be on stacking the hips and not on how vertical the leg is. Like bring it a little forward if that's what you need. Lift here, point bend, and all the way forward and down. Now Raja Jam, really press the bottom of your body, the sideline of your body into the mat, and we pull the top leg forward, rotate up, back, around, and through center. Really use any connection you have, close kinetic chain to the mat or to your own body to hold the body still, and then think of reaching long, out through your head, out through your tailbone, out through your foot. Complete the circle and reverse. So the leg goes back, rotate externally, lift it forward, bring it around in neutral, and we do that again. Press back. Keep that bottom leg pushing into the ground and reach. If you feel that your rib cage is moving away from the leg, really be sure you put your hand to the floor to build that coordination there. Okay, so now onto your stomach for a little bit of work into the back line of the legs. So instead of doing the grasshopper today, just overlap the hands, forehead on your hands. And we're going to bend your right knee, bring the heel to the butt. Now pull the knee up. Extend the leg high as you can, keeping the foot down, and then lower the leg. And now the left. Fold, lift the knee, feel the hip bone press into the mat, extend the leg up and out, keep the hip bone pressed down, and lower the leg. And here for the right, you bend the knee first, you press the hip bone down, you pick up the knee, you extend the leg, and then lower it. And for the left. Bend, lift here, that's hip extension, extend the leg, that's knee extension, pull the leg to the ground, one more set. Bend first, lift the knee up, reach the leg long, and lower it. And then one more for the left, bend, lift the knee up, extend the leg out, lower the leg, and sit back in your child's pose. Could you feel how that was building with flexibility into your hips, your hip extension, but also strength into the back line? And then we stack the spine bottom to top to do the other side. All right, so the head is long and in line with your neck and the rest of your spine. And you're pulling that bottom elbow towards the armpit. Feel that side seam into the mat, and either press in front or pulling the head long. Top leg up, flexing the foot, inhale, swing it forward, pulse 1 and 2. Point the foot, now sweep it back, but hold the torso steady, pulse 1, 2. Flex and double beat forward, reach, point and take it back, reach and stretch. Flex forward here, bottom leg is glued to the floor. You press into it for more stability. Come back to center, rotate externally, point, lift up, flex and down. Point to rise, flex and close. Point lift, pull the space open, squeeze it shut. Same thing, but now reversing. Now you're in dorsiflexion, foot is flexed, point, reach out and down. So flex to lift it, point to stretch it out and away. One more like that. Flex high, point, lengthen out and down. Développé. Bend the knee, slide the foot in towards your tail, knee to the armpit, foot to the ceiling, flex, straight leg all the way down. And you pull it in. Extend the leg up to the ceiling, flex, and reach out and down. One more of those. The knee goes up, the foot slides in, knee to the chest, foot up, flex, and down. Now reverse. Straight leg, flex foot. Point the foot, bend the knee. Skate the bottom leg down, slide it forward, lengthen both legs, and you flex to rise. Point and bend. Reach it all the way out here. Full leg, one last one. Point, bend, and all the way down. Rond de jambe. Re-engage everything you can to the ground, and we pull that leg forward on the inhale, up, back, around, and through center. Holding yourself together through your core. It's tricky because you're only on your side seam. It's much harder than staying stable when you're on your back. Less connection to the ground means more work inside. And now let's reverse. Take the leg back, open the hip, reach forward, around, and through center. And again here. One last one. There, good. And then we're coming up to standing to end. This way back. And hopefully that'll work. Okay, so grab your threads. And just stand with the band. The semicircle at the bottom part of the band is right below your knees. And then you're pulling the band wide and forward, legs in parallel. Lift the arms, reach back, and then bring the arms behind you. Lower the arms so that the circle or the band drops into a semicircle here behind your calves. And then we pull it over. You want to keep your wrist straight. That's good. Forward and around. All the way down and in. If it's not giving you enough stretch across your chest, then check up on the band a little bit. If it's too much strain, pay out. So here we go again. You take it forward. Wrist stay straight here. Pull the band wide. And then bring it on behind you. It's good. And you're still engaging your abs, particularly on the path of the band backwards in space. Because what you don't want to have happen is when you bring the arm up here, sometimes people just like let the belly go forward to bring the arms back, which may feel good in the shoulders, but it feels terrible in the low back. So we engage our core there to bring the arms up and back without having an additional arch. And then we'll move forward. A little shoulder and neck release for you for the end of your Pilates session. Hope you had fun, and it was great having you here today. Thank you so much.